Hey everybody, I am Josh Wise from becomingjosh.blogspot.com, I think is the URL. I don't know, I'd save my favorites. I don't need to remember it. Um, so just save it to your favorites. You don't have to worry about it either. There'll be a link. Anyway, I'm doing a blog or a video blog because I'm just generally terrible at blogging. I'm terrible at writing. I don't like writing. I have to write papers in school all the time, and just the thought of having like, oh, I gotta crank out another, thing. It just takes all the fun out of it. It takes all the enjoyment out of it, and I mean I'm probably not going to do it. Um, so a video blog hopefully is something that's going to be more easy and something more suitable to my personality and my work habits or lack thereof. So, um, please watch this and then maybe talk in the comments, put some comments in there and responses, and then let's just feel free to nitpick and talk about things, and that's what it's here for. What I want to talk about is what we'll talk about here is why all of a sudden I want to do this is is uh is it talk about a journey that I've started, been on. Maybe I've been on this whole time. I don't know. Um, and it all kind of started. And if you need a little more background, you can go through my blog, and I have a post on there about it. But a few months ago, back in January, so it was like 3 months ago, I had a panic attack, and it was awful. I started thinking about death and thinking about how we're all gonna die, and it's unavoidable. Um, there wasn't anything I could do to avoid it, and everyone I loved was gonna die, and it was awful, and like it was terrible because I couldn't stop thinking about it for like 15 minutes of just cycling down of just terribleness, and I couldn't do it. And like I couldn't like it was just awful, and I eventually ended up passing out just out of exhaustion, I think. Um, but ever since that moment, I had this is untold amount of anxiety, like like just these questions and stress, like questions that were like what is life like? Is there more to this? Are souls real? Is God real? Is all there is? Like when I touch things and see things, is that all there is? Or is there something else beyond that? I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know, and it was driving me nuts. And it was like, and it was exhausting. Um, I mean, so I started seeing a counselor, started talking to people. A counselor helped out. I mean, at least like with like the physiological parts of stress and anxiety, like breathing and things like that, which are helpful. Um, but at the same time, there were still the existential questions underneath it. That seemed like they kind of drove this anxiety. So I was like, I have to talk about I have to think these through. I have to work these out. Um, so after what was like a long period of like 3 or 4 years of like philosophical and spiritual deconstruction that I'd done leading up to that panic attack, after that panic attack, kind of became like a period of reconstruction, of like rebuilding, um, that kind of culminated, or maybe not culminated, but kind of like had another significant moment. Because I don't want to say culminated because that seems like it's done. There was like the climax already came, and I don't know if it did. But there's a significant moment last week. I was driving driving back to Manhattan, or back to Manhattan from where I grew up, Hutchinson, and I was driving the car, and like I'd spent like last like 2 days, 3 days before I'd been especially trying. I don't like, not because for being home. I love being home, but like from I don't know what it is. Like it's just like especially stressful, especially anxiety, like especially wrestling. And I was driving home, and I was on the I-70, and on the way home, I realized I couldn't take it. I couldn't handle these questions anymore. I couldn't do it, and um, and so I don't. So I talked to the God or the universe, or maybe it was just a ceiling of my car. But I just remember thinking that I can't do this anymore. I need I need I need peace about this all. I need peace. And earlier in that day, I had lunch with my dad, and he was like, at some point, you just gotta pick something to believe it. And so for me, that thing, I guess, turned out to be Christianity, and I don't know what exactly that means. I know some things I don't want it to mean. I don't want it to be a crutch. I've seen faith be a crutch before, because life is hard, and faith is a way of shielding us from the hardness and the harsh reality of life. I don't want it to be that way. I want faith to instead be, I don't know about inspiring, but a way to engage in the harsh realities of life, a way that pulls us forward. And so I had that moment where I was just like, God, universe, something significant, way bigger than me, I give up. And I'm going to choose to try to move forward in life and try to make sense of it all. And I really can't. It's hard to explain what happened in that moment. I don't know, but something happened. The existential questions never went away. I still have them. I still wonder what life is like, and I still wonder about the universe, and I still wonder about God and souls and the afterlife and all these things. I still have all those questions. The big questions are still there, but I don't know if I feel the anxiety anymore. I still sometimes feel anxiety, but it's not the extent that it was. It wasn't like this all-consuming, threatening thing anymore. So, and that is what makes me want to start this blog, because I feel like I'm on this process of rebuilding a worldview, like after years of deconstruction, of a process of reconstruction, and maybe that this blog can help me to flesh out some ideas. And this is where you guys come in. I really want you guys to talk about these. I really want you guys to push and to challenge and to talk and hopefully to give me feedback, because this doesn't happen in a vacuum, and I like people around me to be involved in the process. So hopefully you guys can do that. Hopefully you guys watch this. I know it's long. Hopefully the rest of these won't be this long. But yeah, so watch it, share it, discuss, comment, whatever. And hopefully we can start rebuilding something together. Have a good day.